Hello again. Welcome to my channel, Antonio's Ayta American Journey. I'm going to do some answers today to some comments I got about some questions some of you viewers and subscribers have about my journey here to the Philippines. No, I did not retire from the military. I spent 4 years in the military, and most of my life I was a professional in accounting, real estate, mortgage underwriting, and mortgage brokering. I started off in accounting right after college. I did that for maybe 5, 6 years, and I hit the ceiling of my income as a staff accounting clerk and then a staff accountant. And one of my friends was a real estate agent, and he had acquired some properties, some cars. And I asked him what he is that I needed to do to become a real estate agent. And he just told me, here's some classes you need to take first, and take the exam, and then you will be a licensed real estate agent. And lo and behold, by my surprise, I had taken all the classes that were required to sit for the real estate exam, and all I had to do was pay the fee and take the exam. And after about, I would say, 2 months, I was prepared to take the exam. I applied, got a date, went down to take the exam. It was a 3.5 hour state exam, and to my surprise, I was finished in about an hour and a half. I wasn't sure if I had passed or not, but all the questions that seemed relatively easy to me. And on my way home, I got a call from the licensing exam place and told me that I had passed, and you are now qualified to go and get fingerprinted and get your real estate license. So that was in the year 2000. I did that, and first I sold timeshares, and I was pretty successful at that. But there was a ceiling to that, and I wanted to make a little bit more income. So I started selling real estate. I didn't make any sales in the first 2 or 3 months, so I started doing mortgage loans, I was very successful in doing mortgage loans. My first deal, I think, was $1 million deal, and my commission from that was 1%. Now you can do the math on that. And I did that mortgage loans for about 5, 6 years, 7 years into 2008, 2009, when of course everybody knows we had the mortgage meltdown and the financial crisis in the U.S. And at that time I started underwriting loans for different banks, and that's how I did travel around a lot to Illinois, Colorado, New York, Arizona, a few more states, and a lot of banks in California as well. So that was my finance career, and after I retired in about 2015, I just retired. I didn't do very much of anything. But as you know, those people that retire, they get a little antsy, and they need to do something to occupy their time. So during this time, I decided to do some extra work outside of my retirement, and I did a few things, and I like I said, I started to inquire about moving to the Philippines. It was probably 2018, 2019, but as we know, COVID hit the world in 2020. So even though I wanted to go to the Philippines and visit and check it out and see if I would like it or not, I didn't have the opportunity for another 2 years. And also I met my wife, and I couldn't see her for 2 years as well. So what I did was prepare for when the borders were open again, and I tried to reserve more income, prepare myself to move out of the country. And I knew it would not be cheap, and I wouldn't be able to do it with just the retirement and pension that I was receiving. So I'm saying all this to say that, if you're struggling to make it and you want a better way of life, there is a better way of life here in the Philippines. If you're on a fixed income, you can live here comfortably, but I wouldn't suggest you come here unless you have some savings. And the way you can do that is by maybe getting an extra job. I'm going to tell you what I did. I did get an extra job. I started selling jewelry online, which you can do too. Um, and I started flipping cars. I'd buy a car at the auction, put a little money into it, and try to at least double my money. So that is a way that you can um, build an income or some reserves for when you move or when you decide to move to another country. It doesn't have to be the Philippines, it could be anywhere else in the world. And I'm saying that to encourage you all to try and do whatever it is. I understand the situation, especially in the U.S. and some other places in the West, Australia and the U.K., are struggling right now. I think you're struggling financially because of the inflation, the food shortages. There's no shortage of food here in the Philippines, and there's even a shortage of water in a lot of places in the U.S., especially where I used to live in Las Vegas. I think Hoover Dam is just about dried up. There's no shortage of water here in the Philippines. In fact, it's been raining for the last 2 or 3 months, almost on a daily basis. So if you want to live a better life, you want to live a more economic life, you want to live a more stress-free life, I encourage you to move to the Philippines. The people here are very friendly, and like I said before in my blog before, they look out for their seniors, and they are prioritized here. In fact, if you go to the store, to the banks, you step right in front of the line. You get on any public transportation, you have a discount for that, and most places you go, you will be a priority. So that's all I'm going to say for this vlog. My next vlog, I'm going to discuss with you about the Ayta community and what it is to be an Ayta, and how they live, and some of the provinces that they live in. And I'd like you just to consider whatever you do to try to help the poor, the widowed, and the homeless. And I'd like to thank all you subscribers for subscribing to my channel. And even your viewers who did not subscribe, I encourage you to subscribe if you want to hear more information about the Philippines. And above all, keep God first.